Yoo-hoo! Human? Where are you? There you are, Myco Wanderer. Quick question. Have you ever tried to explain a county fair to a mushroom?
Yeah, don't do that. It raises more questions than it answers.
It kept asking if the funnel cake was a decomposer and whether the Ferris wheel was part of a spore dispersal ritual.
Honestly, not entirely wrong. But real quick, Myco listeners, before the Spore Keeper starts recruiting fungi to run carnival rides, this week and next week's TMN-Podcast 2.0 are going to be a little different.
A slight temporal rearrangement.
Because starting March 20th, the Suwannee County Fair in Live Oak, Florida kicks off. And Myco-Emporium is planting its sporetacular booth right in the middle of it.
Exotic specimens, curious artifacts, and deals that absolutely should not exist in this beautifully chaotic, questionably functioning economic experiment we're all participating in.
We're talking wild setups, out-of-this-world finds, and some things you'll walk past and go, wait, am I allowed to own that?
You are, for now.
So if you're anywhere near, this is one you do not want to miss. Because of that, though, this week's episode is slightly shortened. And next week?
No talking, only vibration.
Mycoverse Productions dropping the hottest Mushroom Network tracks of the year back to back.
A bass-driven spore bloom across the Mycoverse.
But right now, we're diving straight in.
Predators of the Undergrowth. Fungi versus Venom.
But first, a quick
Myco break, baby! Yeah! Listen closely. That's not a container. That's weather. Humidity storms rolling across moss canopies. Morning dew condensing on leaves the size of galaxies. Isopod caravans crossing the forest floor. Springtails launching like microscopic comets. This isn't decor. It isn't a pet. It's an ecosystem. Alive. Breathing. Recycling its own universe while you sleep. Every jar, every cup, every enclosure. A self-sustaining planet, waiting for a caretaker. Adopt one. Grow one. Build your own living world. Myco-Emporium. Life scaled to your shelf.
Look at the articulation on those pedipalps. It's exactly what that massive stack of data streams from the Grand Cosmic Mycelial Network was talking about regarding predatory logic. We're out here trying to establish a baseline for biological warfare to see how these systems actually resolve conflict in real time. And this guy is just moving through the leaf litter with zero ambiguity.
The lacquer on the exoskeleton is striking.
Yeah.
A black Asian forest scorpion navigating the lower moisture gradients of the undergrowth. The mechanics are entirely legible from this vantage point.
Completely legible, yeah. It's a medieval can opener with opinions.
6 articulated legs distributing the weight of the central carapace through hydraulic extension rather than extensor muscles.
Right, no traditional muscles for that.
Correct. And the localized hairs, the trichobothria actively tracking microscopic shifts in air currents.
It walks around radiating this absolute clarity of purpose. You look at it, you immediately understand the entire equation.
Scorpion equals danger. Sting equals pain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is built for a singular, highly visible event. The threat is, well, entirely kinetic. It's an object moving through space to hit another object.
It requires physical proximity to function, the entire architecture of the organism, the thick sclerotized armor, the forward pincers designed for clamping.
The localized musculature.
Yes. It all exists exclusively to close a physical distance and deliver a specific biochemical payload across a microscopic gap. Without contact, the system possesses zero utility.
It has to schedule a meeting. It requires a collision. The prey has to be physically restrained.
And when that collision occurs, the payload is deployed.
Right, the sting.
We are observing the venom glands housed within that suspended telson. When the aculeus punctures the cuticle of the prey, the fluid dynamics take over.
The venom is injected directly into the hemolymph.
But the liquid does not simply dissolve tissue. Broad cellular destruction is energetically wasteful. The compounds within the venom are exquisitely tuned to the electrical architecture of the prey's nervous system.
Wait, so it doesn't doesn't just melt the tissue.
No.
I was pictured Venom just, dissolving things on contact, like acid. But it's actually, hold on, I'm trying to picture the mechanics here. It's sliding into the ion channel.
Precisely. They target the sodium, the potassium, the calcium channel.
Like a key fitting into a lock that was never supposed to open.
The nervous system of the prey relies on a tightly regulated sequence of electrical chatter. It functions on a strict voltage gradient. Gates open, ions flood in to change the charge, gates close, the signal propagates down the line.
And the venom disrupts that.
The venom molecules enter those specific pathways and physically wedge into the gating mechanisms. They obstruct the channels entirely, or they force them into a permanently open state, preventing the system from resetting.
Oh, wow. It's an electrical sabotage. The timing of the entire internal network is completely jammed.
Muscles are receiving conflicting instructions simultaneously.
Fire now. Don't fire. Hold. Release. It's like replacing an operating system with screaming.
The systemic lockup is immediate.
Imagine every light switch in your house suddenly controlling a completely different appliance, and the toaster suddenly develops ambition. It's a raccoon in a server room tearing out Ethernet cables.
The prey spasms. It misfires. The musculature locks into rigid tetanic paralysis. The voltage cannot stabilize.
Which is the part that always makes me reconsider everything. Because if you're a predator, you want it dead.
Immediate death, however, is not the biological objective of the venom injection.
But dead is actually, it's inconvenient.
A dead organism immediately begins spoiling. The decay process introduces competing microorganisms, environmental scavengers, bacteria.
Right, the competition shows up.
Which degrade the nutritional value of the tissue. The venom is optimized to paralyze rather than execute.
It enforces compliance.
It is customer service for digestion. The prey is immobilized, structurally intact, and biologically fresh while the scorpion initiates the mechanical feeding process.
The prey's heart continues to circulate hemolymph. The organs continue to process oxygen. Some of the Myco listeners noticing the twitching in that front left appendage right now are probably seeing the voltage collapse in real time. It's just wild, the metabolic difference between an execution and an enforced pause.
The venom acts as a systemic pause.
It's not hunting. It's hostage-taking for the purpose of slow consumption.
It stops the internal momentum of the prey without degrading the structural utility of the tissues. It is highly efficient for an organism that feeds slowly through external digestion and mechanical tearing.
But it's still a knife fight.
It is.
It's modular sabotage, and evolution has built this incredible wet chemistry toolkit of break glass in case of prey, but it still requires the strike.
The delivery mechanism.
The entire system fails if the scorpion misses. Cause and effect have to stand right next to each other in broad daylight. The predator has to physically overpower the target. It's fragile.
If the ant runs slightly faster, the scorpion starves.
Exactly.
Shift your field of vision 30 centimeters to the right toward the decaying log.
The ant. The foraging one.
Observe the thorax of the foraging ant moving along the volatile chemical gradient of the pheromone trail. A spore just landed on the primary dorsal plate.
It has, the visual charisma of literal dust.
There was no kinetic event, no momentum.
No sound. It just drifted down on an air current and settled in the microtopography of the shelf.
The arrival bypasses the need for proximity entirely. According to the structural data flows within the network, the fungal dispersal strategy requires no directed collision, no targeting.
It's just there.
The spore is simply a physical reality that now occupies the same geographical coordinates as the host. There is no puncture.
The cuticle of the ant remains entirely unbroken. The ant continues to follow the pheromones.
Yes.
So it just settles there. And the ant doesn't.
Yeah.
There's no immune response.
None.
It's just carrying around a typo and a contract.
Yeah.
It's worse than a typo. The ant doesn't even know the negotiation is already starting.
It is entirely unaware.
It's a completely different language. Quietly rewriting the contract while the ant is still signing it.
The spore is germinating in the ambient humidity of the localized microclimate directly against the ant's exoskeleton. We can track the secretion of the initial enzymatic sequence.
So it's actively working right now.
The spore is not passively waiting. Proteases are being deployed onto the surface of the exoskeleton. They are physically severing the complex protein bonds that give the cuticle its flexibility.
It's quietly unzipping the armor. It's not trying to smash the door down. It's chemically dissolving the hinges.
The chitinases follow immediately behind the proteases
to break down the chitin.
They are interacting directly directly with the chitin matrix, degrading the structural integrity of the insect's primary defensive barrier, breaking the solid polymers into soluble sugars.
Wow.
Lipases are then secreted to break down the lipid layers that provide the ant with its essential waterproofing. It is systematic, multi-layered disassembly.
People look at this and they think it's rot.
It is not rot.
Rot is chaotic. This is a managed collapse. The scorpion venom is an emergency, it's a localized trauma, but this is a demolition crew showing up in clean vests with a clipboard.
A highly organized sequence.
They unfold the blueprints, they complement your foundation, and then they quietly start removing your load-bearing reality. They negotiate like arsonists holding a chemistry set.
Molecule by molecule, barrier by barrier. The hyphae, the primary fungal threads, are extending down through the microscopic breaches created by the enzymatic cascade.
The hyphae are already inside.
They are bypassing the external defenses entirely and penetrating the hemicole. The threads are now free-floating in the host's internal ocean of pressurized fluids,
Swimming toward the organ structures.
The timeline has shifted entirely. Venom requires an event window measured in seconds to establish control.
Right, it's instant.
This infiltration is unfolding over hours, days.
There is no spectacle of contact. The host doesn't even know it's a host yet.
It continues normal operations.
It's still operating under the assumption that it owns its own body.
The host continues its standard behavioral loops. It forages, it returns to the colony, it interacts with its nestmates, transferring resources.
Just going about its day.
Meanwhile, the fungi network is rapidly expanding through its internal environment, absorbing nutrients directly from the non-essential tissues first.
Non-essential, right.
Fat reserves are depleted. Muscle tissue not required for immediate locomotion is dissolved. The vital organs, however, are deliberately avoided to maintain the host's ambulatory functions.
I need to just sit with that for a second.
It is highly calculated.
The system is intentionally leaving the critical organs online so the host doesn't stop walking. It's keeping the engine running while it strips the interior.
The host is being audited by soup. The fungi network is evaluating every internal structure for its immediate utility versus its long-term caloric value.
It walked past the security desk of the ant's immune system by holding a clipboard and looking annoyed, and now it's actively rerouting the plumbing.
And the ant continues to work.
It's just continuing to work.
Look at the specimen ascending the plant stem directly above us.
Oh yeah.
The Ophiocordyceps progression in that particular unit is entering the final mechanical phase.
It's leaving the trail. It shouldn't be climbing. It's a ground foraging species.
The physical routing logic of its entire existence has just been overwritten.
The behavioral alteration is absolute. It has abandoned the colony's pheromone pathways.
The muscular contractions in the legs have been altered to prioritize vertical ascent against gravity.
The fungal metabolites interacting with the host's central nervous system have effectively reprioritized its navigational parameters.
It is not destroying the brain. It is synthesizing compounds that mimic the host's own neurotransmitters. It is seeking a specific temperature and humidity gradient optimal for fungal fruiting.
So the fungi is basically flooding the ant's GPS with false satellite pings.
Yes.
It's convincing the legs that up is the only direction left. It's not forcing the muscles to move through brute force. It's changing the ant's fundamental belief about where it needs to be.
It has reached the optimal microclimate. It is stopping under the leaf.
Notice the jaw musculature.
It's locking into the vein of the leaf.
The mandibles have engaged the central leaf vein.
The mechanical lock is secured. This provides a stable anchor point with ideal fluid transport properties.
Simultaneously, the fungi network is secreting specific compounds that rapidly degrade the exact muscle fibers controlling the release of the mandibles.
Atrophy is forced instantaneously.
Yeah.
Even after total systemic biological failure of the host, the jaws cannot physically open.
The anchor point is permanent.
Permanent.
The venom was the hacker freezing your keyboard while it rummaged through your files. The fungi don't freeze the keyboard.
They do not.
They send emails from your account, they change your passwords, they redecorate your office, and they list your skeleton as company property. They use your own biological permissions against you.
The host's structural behavior has been entirely influenced. It is no longer operating as an independent biological entity.
Not at all.
The tissues, the chemical signaling, the physical location, the mechanical grip. Everything has been repurposed to serve an external biological objective.
It's not just food anymore, it's transportation.
It is a positioning system.
Yeah.
It is launch architecture. The host has been converted into infrastructure to serve the reproductive cycle of the parasite.
A few of the myco-wanderers tracking the high-Phe growth patterns right now are likely noticing the exact moment the central nervous ganglia are finally consumed.
The vital organs are no longer required. The transition from living organism to reproductive scaffold is complete.
The part that I absolutely cannot get over.
Yeah.
Humanity looked at this.
Agricultural applications.
Humans observed entomopathogenic fungi completely taking over the internal architecture of insect bodies, hijacking their behavior, melting their non-essential tissues, turning them into biological billboards to rain spores down on their own families. And humanity responded with, excellent, let's put them to work.
They are utilized heavily in agriculture as biological control agents. The spores are formulated into sprays and powders.
It's a raccoon wearing safety goggles.
It is a highly effective, targeted method for managing specific pest populations. Aphids, whiteflies, thrips.
Without relying exclusively on synthetic chemical applications that degrade soil health or accumulate in the water table. But still, they looked at a billion-year-old system of quiet, horrifying biological takeover and decided to load it into a crop duster. They weaponized a haunted house.
The mechanics remain identical regardless of the deployment method. The transition of power is absolute.
Incapacitation is a moment. Transformation is a process.
The scorpion's venom is an external force acting upon a target, attempting to press inward and stop the system from functioning. The fungi network does not stop the system. It becomes the system.
The threat is unfolding through the host itself. It's actively participating in its own defeat.
Yes.
It's using its own calories to walk to the side of its own execution.
Which redefines the parameters of the predatory landscape. According to the structural data in the network, fungi blur the line between predator and environment. Once the spore breaches the cuticle, the fungus is no longer acting upon the body from the outside.
It occupies the tissues.
It routes the resources. The termination of the host is not the objective.
The kill isn't the endpoint.
The kill is merely one stage in a much larger logistical operation.
The host becomes fuel.
Then it becomes structural architecture.
Then it becomes an elevated launch pad.
Then it becomes part of the landscape's biochemical bookkeeping, its nutrients slowly returning to the soil matrix. Predation transitions from a localized thermodynamic event into a diffuse distributed campaign.
The scorpion has to win a moment.
The fungi are winning conditions.
The entire image we have of a predator, the speed, the impact, the chase, the physical domination, it's just too narrow. We built our definition of hunting around drama because drama is loud and it's easy for our primate brains to notice.
We respect the things that run at us.
Evolution is not optimizing for legibility.
It is optimizing for efficiency, persistence, and repetition.
The scorpion rolls in like a tiny armored assassin with a fluid dynamics minor, and it's a beautiful, understandable, tactical nightmare. But the fungi, just look at that kinetic performance, adjust their invisible tie and say, adorable, will be taking procurement, transportation, and post-mortem real estate development.
It bypasses the fight entirely.
Completely ignores it.
Venom reacts to presence. A target enters the proximity radius, the chemistry is deployed, the advantage is secured, and the caloric transaction occurs immediately.
Right, immediate transaction.
The fungi network utilizes an entirely different spatial and temporal logic. It disperses through the environment, positioning elements where hosts are statistically likely to traverse based on behavioral patterns.
It does not chase.
It relies on probability and the persistent reality of contact.
It makes you realize that stillness in this environment isn't safety.
It is not.
When you look at the forest, the lack of movement doesn't mean nothing is hunting. Stillness is just camouflage for process. The most powerful predators aren't the ones that strike you. They're the ones that patiently convince your own biology to dismantle you from the inside out. And there you have it, Myco listeners. From venom-dripping fangs to spores rewriting biology itself, the undergrowth isn't just alive.
It's strategic. Like, everything down there is either hunting, dissolving, or evolving into something even weirder.
Fungi don't chase. They don't strike. They become the environment. And by the time you realize it,
you're already part of the system. Honestly, that's slightly terrifying, but also kind of genius.
That's the battlefield of the unseen. And trust me, we've only scratched the surface.
All right, Myco patrons, we're going to take a quick Myco break to let those spores settle in your brain.
But don't drift too far through the network.
Because when we return,
The Spore Keeper is stepping in with a brand new fungal reflection.
and you already know things are about to get strange.
Then we'll ride it out with another fungal jam session from the Mushroom Network's Fungal Frequencies.
So stay rooted, stay curious.
And stick around.
This isn't fiction. It's fungal edutainment, sprinkled with plausible science fiction. Fungal Frontiers isn't just a show. It's a multiversal expedition. Enter realms where sentient spores ride solar flares and mushrooms terraform moons. Join the bravest spore nuts, galactic foragers, and myco-engineers as they navigate the unknown. It's chaos, it's comedy, it's cosmic mycelium in motion. Fungal Frontiers, where spores write the stars.
Myco Wanderer, come here a moment. No, closer than that. I won't bite, I promise. There you go. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever seen a Pac-Man frog? I don't mean scrolling past one while your brain is doing 17 other things. I mean really seen one. The kind of seeing where you pause, lean in, and something in the back of your mind goes, why does that look like it knows something I don't? Because if you haven't, splendid! Let me introduce you properly then. Imagine a creature that looks like the Earth itself got bored one day and decided to grow a mouth. Now give it the personality of something that has absolutely no hesitation, no fear, and no understanding of consequences. Flatten it slightly. These things don't roam, they don't explore, they don't wake up and go, you know what, today feels like a growth day. No, they sit. They sit in one spot, partially buried, just enough that it looks like the ground itself is watching you back. And they wait. For hours, for days, for what might be an entirely different interpretation of time. Chomp, gone, instantly. Like reality itself made a decision and didn't bother explaining it. If you've seen it, you already know. If you haven't, just imagine a creature that behaves like it's buffering existence and then suddenly downloads violence at full resolution. Now here's where things begin to tilt, because people look at that frog and say, there's nothing going on in there. And that assumption only works if you believe it experiences time the same way you do. And you're sprinting. Your thoughts are racing, your attention is scattered, your brain is juggling tasks like a circus act that forgot why it started. You are moving through time like it owes you something. That frog, it's not moving through time at all. It's marinating in it. Yeah, marinating. Like a damp little swamp dumpling soaking in the broth of existence itself. You're out here sprinting through seconds like they're on clearance. That frog? It's slow cooking inside a moment like it's a cosmic stew. Moments don't pass for it. They stack, they compress, they ooze into each other like wet pages in a book that forgot what order it was written in. To you, time is a straight line. To that frog, it's more like a soggy lasagna of nows. Layer on top of layer, on top of layer. And it's just sitting there in the middle of it like, yeah bro, this totally is fine. I will consume something eventually. Now, let's get weird. Because frogs are slow, but fungi? Fungi are not slow, they're just not in a hurry either. There's a difference. They expand, they connect, they share information like a gossip network that has existed for millions of years and never forgets anything. They don't think in thoughts, they think in patterns. They don't remember events, they remember relationships. And your little swamp pancake, it's sitting right on top of that. Plugged in, like a moist biological antenna with teeth. Now imagine that, a creature already operating in layered frog time, connected to a network that doesn't even recognize time as something linear. Now here's the part nobody prepares you for. That frog? That harmless little swamp pancake? Yeah, that's not a pet. That a cross-dimensional listening device with a mouth. And listen, I didn't always know that. No. I used to be just like everyone else. Funny frog, empty head, big mouth, probably thinking about nothing. Which in hindsight is hilarious, because that assumption says way more about us than it does about the frog. So naturally, I made a decision, a questionable one. I went somewhere I probably shouldn't have gone. Another Mycoverse. Not one of the vibrant ones either. No glowing spores, no cosmic colors, none of that wow, look at the universe energy. No, this place was quiet. Too quiet. You ever been somewhere so quiet your own thoughts start sounding like they're using a microphone? Yeah, that kind of quiet. And right in the center of it, just sitting there like it owned the concept of stillness itself, was a Pac-Man frog. Same shape, same round, slightly aggressive meatball geometry, same I will absolutely attempt to eat something that defies physics energy. But this one? It wasn't buried. It was sitting upright, perfect posture, like it had just finished meditating for, I don't know, a few hundred years and was about to give a TED talk on existence. And then it looked at me. No, let me correct that. It acknowledged me. And that's when I knew I had made a very specific kind of mistake. But I was already there. So I did what any responsible cosmic wanderer would do when confronted by a sentient philosophical amphibian. I asked it, "What are you?" And this frog smiled. A frog smiled. Just take a second with that. A creature whose entire evolutionary strategy is sit still and eat whatever regrets walking by, just smiled at me like it understood taxes. And then it said, "You experience time like a falling object. I experience it like a pond." And I'm standing there thinking, I have made a terrible mistake. I am being educated by a damp sphere. So I asked it, "What does that even mean?" And it just looks at me, completely unbothered. Like I'm the one who just walked into its universe asking dumb questions. And it goes, almost disrespectfully calm, "You fall from moment to moment." I expand inside them. Now I'm standing there like, did I just get life advice from a damp bowling ball with a mouth? Because let's be honest, that's what this thing is. A slightly judgmental, spiritually advanced meatball. So I hit it back. What does that even mean? And it doesn't blink, doesn't move, doesn't even breathe different. It just lets the answer happen. And suddenly, I feel it. Not hear it, not see it, feel it. Every moment I've ever lived didn't go anywhere, didn't disappear, didn't politely exit the timeline like a well-behaved memory. No, it's all still here. Stacked, layered, piled up like a cosmic fungal buffet of bad decisions, midnight snacks, awkward conversations, and that one thing you said in 2012 that still wakes you up at night. Yeah, that one. It's still there. Enjoy that. And the frog? The frog isn't stuck in one slice of that. It's in the whole buffet, at once. Perfectly still, because it doesn't need to move. Why would it? It's already everywhere it needs to be. And that's when it hit me. Frogs in our Mycoverse? They're not empty. They're running low power mode. Like you've been watching a demo version this whole time, thinking, "Oh, look at the little guy." Meanwhile, the full version? That thing is running cosmic level processing you are not cleared for. But every now and then, you get one that boots fully, the one that remembers everything, the one plugged into the entire network, the one that knows time isn't real. It's just the system we invented so we don't all collectively lose our minds at once. Which, by the way, not working at all. So when you see one of those swamp pancakes just sitting there, doing absolutely nothing, don't assume it's empty. Maybe it's balancing multiple realities while you're trying to remember why you walked into a room. Maybe it's holding past, present, and future like a perfectly centered breath, while you're arguing with yourself about what day it is and whether you already ate. And maybe, just maybe, it already knows something about you that you haven't figured out yet. Because in the grand cosmic mycelial network, nothing exists alone. Nothing moves in a straight line, and nothing is ever just sitting still. Some things are already exactly where they're supposed to be. And you're still catching up.
Listen up, this is big. Myco-Emporium just locked something special.
The connection is established. The supply line is alive.
We're talking exclusive access. Myco-Emporium now has the plug on 3G Nursery, the certified nursery of the Mushroom Network.
Not sourced, not outsourced. Grown under watch, prepared with intention.
And for the first time ever, we're taking it to the public, in person. Booth events, face-to-face with living systems.
The cycle leaves the lab. The habitat meets the hands.
Here's what's coming with us. 3G duckweed, fast, alive, ridiculously useful. 3G lichen, ancient partnerships in miniature. 3G aeroplants, no soil, no nonsense, pure flex. Geozeno, lab-grown living stones that look like they came from a completely different mycoverse. 3G mulberry, roots with a future. 3G mythic passion flora, wild, trippy, strange, and absolutely unforgettable.
These are not decorations, they are introductions.
If you've ever wanted to walk up to a booth and feel like you just discovered something you weren't supposed to know yet,
this is your moment.
Myco-Emporium, 3G Nursery. Live, in person.
The system is opening.
You thought it was still. Nah, you just slow. Fuck, don't wait. Fuck, don't chase. Fuck, set tempo for the space. Time, don't flow. Time, get bent. Frog, already where you went. But like a dome, but it don't sit soft. That's like a man post under that Mars. Eyes wide open, no blink, no drift. Whole pond taking to the weight it sits. You walking straight, thinking left to right. Frog already mapped every version of might. Every step you take, Captain must stag. You just taking past, let it already drag. Clock say go, but the ground say pause. Frog don't follow frog, rewrite laws. It don't move, it don't raise. It just shift the frame of space. Don't wait, don't chase. Set tempo for the space. Time, don't flow. Time, get bent. Frog, already where you went. Infinite microverses under that skin. Every steel second got motion within. The mushroom network goes real fast. You just too linear to feel that fast. You think it's pipe, then that's control. Whole system sinking to a deeper roll. The silence loud if you tuned in right like bass so low. The ratio sight you blink once. Frog shift phase. Now you stunning in a different day. No delay, no mistake. Everything already away. Don't wait. Don't chase. Sit tempo for the space. still. That's because it already finished.
Venom don't shout. It signs its name. Quiet, precise, irreversible.
Black clouds, forest breathing in cold. Every leaf got a signal, every root got a node. Shadow got rhythm, it clicks when it crawls. You don't hear the strike, you just feel when it calls. Pressure in the silence, tension in the air. Something mapping movement, but it's never really there. Still like sculpture, patient like stone, but the whole damn system says you're not alone. It don't chase, it align. Every second pre-designed. Strike clean, never seen in between. Ain't no break, no trace. Leave a thought in this place. Strike clean, never seen in between. Ain't no break, no trace. Leave a thought in this place. In the timeline you thought you were safely inside. Now the clock feel different like it folded sideways. Micro steps echo through the substrate grid. Myco-Emporium whispers what the system hid. Infinite microverses hum in the sting. Like a frequency spike you don't hear but it rings. No mistakes, no delay. Everything already played. Strike clean, never seen in between. Ain't no player, no trace. Leave a thought in this place. Strike clean, never seen in between. Ain't no man, no trace. Leave a thought in this place. It's not fast, it's exact. It don't hum, it react. Not alive like you think. More like cold, more like sin. The mushroom network in the dark, mapping every moving part. Straight. No. Straight clean, never seen in between. And no mic, no trace. Leave a thought in this place. Straight clean, never seen in between. No trace. Leave a thought in this place. You didn't hear it. But something in you already did.
No mic.
You thought it was that don't sit soft. That's like a man post under that Mars. Eyes wide open, no beat, no drift. Hope on looking to the way it sits. You walking straight, thinking left to right. Frog already map every version of mic. Every step you can take up and more stack. You just picking past that it already track. Clock say go, but the ground say pause. Frog don't follow for rewrite laws. It don't move, it don't raise. It just shift the frame of space. Infinite microbursts under that skin. Every still second got motion within. The mushroom network goes still fast. You just too late, you get to feel that pass. You think it's idle, nah, that's control. Whole system sinking to a deep road. That silence loud if you tune in right, like bass so low. It erase your sight. You blink, thoughts frogs your phase. Know you're standing in a different day. No delay, no mistake. Everything already away. No, that's control, flow. You move fast, too slow. Fog in there, before. Myco-Emporium, don't stock this mind. You can't buy sync with the space-time line. Shift. System drift. You thought it was sitting still. That's because it already finished. You hear that? That ain't wind. Run, ground, come alive. Bass on the roof, you feel it arrive. No safe path, no stick line. Don't follow your desire. Leaves start twitching, but there ain't no breeze. Roots start humming like a hive of bees. Every step echo back too loud. Like the dirt got ears and it don't like crowds. Bass hit low, feel ribs get tight. Like the soil just punched through your sense
when you look too long, like reality buffering something wrong. Don't stop, don't freeze, that's when it sings with your frequency. Forest shadow got teeth, sting no logic moving underneath. Venom think fast, jungle think wide. You caught in a system with no outside. Infinite Myco-verse split in the sound. Every version of you still running around. The mushroom network don't scream or warn. It just flips the rules while you're still reborn. You hear that drop? That ain't a beat. That's the ground reloading under your feet. Too late, too deep. Now the rhythm got you on repeat. That ain't drum, that's the room. Grow, break, shift, take every step a system. Wake my Myco-Emporium, don't sell this storm. You step inside, you get reformed. Run, 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 run,
Audio explorers! Searching for the source of those spore-soaked bangers? Head straight to Myco-Verse Productions, your portal to the Mushroom Network's fully mastered tracks, genre-bending albums, and mind-melting remix collections. From chill spore vibes to cosmic bass drops, every track is a journey through sound. Myco-Verse Productions, because spores gotta shop too.
Myco-Verse transmission acknowledged. Signal coherence within acceptable variance. Biological input successfully received. Cognitive resonance detected. Listener node classified as active participant. No corrective action required. This channel will now enter dormancy. Ambient systems remain operational. Memory persistence is not guaranteed. Influence persistence is inevitable. You are cleared to disengage. The network does not require your attention to continue. Myco-Verse audio transmission complete.